We're at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Steinhelper. We're looking at doing some siding. Got pretty much siding on every square inch of all sidewalls, so it's a big project. On the front here, we're going to look at removing the shutters. Probably going to more of probably a 1x6 trim on all the windows and doors. What we have on the fascia is basically a molding. There's really not too much fascia to speak of. It's more of a molding right up into the decking of the roof, almost like a crown kind of situation. So what we'll probably look at doing is just painting that. There's a beadboard, basically beadboard soffit that we want to keep just to maintain the original kind of design of the house. So that's just going to be coated. We're not going to do anything there as far as Hardie, just going to coat that soffit just like we are the facing. On these little outrigger posts, we're going to keep those. We can wrap those in Hardie. So that's something that we will do just to add to the longevity of those, especially because those are usually just really bad for catching water. So that's something we can do. All the way around, it is a pier and beam. All the way around, we have basically a skirt that's going down into the ground. So we're going to clean that up with the Hardie runner. It's already framed, which is nice. We don't have to do any framing on the skirt. Basically, we can just run the Hardie down to to the ground, leave the proper exposure, about 2 inches or so, and run that all the way around the perimeter skirt. So that's what we'll do there. We'll get rid of this shelf. This will come off. That'll go away all the way around. And we'll clean that up and take the Hardie nice and flush right down to the ground line, a little bit above, obviously. Come around to the front. Again, here we're probably going to do a staggered shingle on this gable peak, and then also on the blue facing of the porch, which will look really nice, give the home a lot of kind of design, appeal. So all this blue facing on the porch right here will be in the Hardie shingle as well, the staggered edge. Underneath here would just be the horizontal. It's getting a little dark. I'm losing my light here. This will all be the lap siding. We'll probably do somewhere of between a 4 and 5 inch exposure board. Still a little bit undecided on that, but we will be doing a lap siding. Probably look at a beaded or a cedar mill. We're going to cover that in just a little bit here, but 4 or 5 inch exposure in probably either a beaded or a cedar mill. But those two areas, the front gable and this porch facing, will be done in the staggered edge shingle. Again, shutters coming off. We have some gutters here. This tree is going to be gone. And then again, same thing down to the foundation line here, or the ground line. Coming over here to the right side, again, all windows and doors will be wrapped in probably a 1x6, as opposed to what they have now. We'll get rid of that little shelf, the kind of the sub-sill of the window, and clean that up a little bit too. Over here on this gable, looking at doing some attic insulation as well, and they're talking about adding some solar vents and things like that. So we can either leave this alone and just paint it as it is. We even talked about maybe fabricating something in Hardie, but for right now we'll just kind of spec it as leaving as it is and painting it, especially once we decide what's going to happen with the attic insulation and ventilation. Over here, just going to be painting kind of all the all that scroll work on the porch cover. Again, same thing down here, taking the Hardie all the way down. Have to leave at least a 2 inch exposure there between the pavement and the edge of the Hardie board. All these shingles, the only thing behind them is tar paper, so all this has to come off. We'll install a 7/16 inch OSB, Tyvek it. We're going to use the flex wrap around all the windows and doors, and then on the bottom here where that OSB ends, we're going to actually do a C-channel flashing on that to prevent any kind of water exposure on that OSB board. A lot of these wires are dead, so dead ones we can take away and dispose of, and then all the live wires we're going to pull away. reattach once we do the siding behind it. Same thing here, the cedar mill or beaded horizontal siding. Going around to the back here while we still have about 30 seconds of daylight. Back here, same thing, pretty straightforward. Again, windows, doors, all be retrimmed. We have two little gable peaks up top. Again, those will all be the standard horizontal siding. Got a couple outriggers. Again, painted, all fascia will be painted, all soffit will be painted. We do have about a 26 by 3 porch ceiling up under here. That's in good shape. All we need to do is paint that. Kind of got a little bit of a niche back here. You can kind of see it right under that light. Right back here, there's a window here and a little niche back there, so that all needs to be sided as well. Here we do have some straight fascia, so this we can do some fascia. There's total, it's probably 58 to 60 feet of fascia, but it's only about a 3-inch fascia. So this part on the rear porch, this part here that you can see is a straight edge. It's not the trim, the molding fascia. Will all be the Hardie. We can all do a Hardie fascia on that. Same thing here with the foundation. Again, windows. This is an addition that will all be retrimmed to match the house and clean it up a ton. Then coming over here to the left side, if we can even see anything at this point. You can see up at that gable peak, right at this corner, we got some pretty good rot. So that's obviously going to be gone and corrected. And a lot of the shingles are in pretty poor condition. A lot of them probably could just be peeled off. So this is something that will drastically improve the envelope of the house and really give a big difference. Got all your electrical here. So I don't think you can see that at all, but all that electrical again will be pulled away from the wall. We'll side behind it and then reattach. All your windows on this side will be retrimmed in the Hardie. And then this AC unit up top is going to be going away. So that'll be gone, so we can do our nice flush siding right behind that. So that's about what we're looking at. We will, when we do that skirt, we will leave a couple crawl space doors, kind of like we did out at Burnson, Mrs. Burnson's house, and allow them some crawl space access. But that's pretty much the scope of work. We appreciate you guys considering Southwest Exteriors, and we look forward to working on your projects. Thank you.